This Kirblog is a review about Super Smash Ultimate. Everyone has awaited this game so that they can go hit all their friends with Nintendo icons, and they like it a bit. I really like Galeem's theme, that arrangement in particular. I'm skipping ahead of myself. Hi, hello, welcome. It's 2019 now. I trust you've all sufficiently recovered from my hilarious repeated joke that was Brawl Taunts 5. I sincerely apologize to anyone that I may or may not have seriously upset with the existence of that video. It was just worth a little yuck. To those of you who played along in the comments and left your quote-unquote favorite joke of the video, you're my favorite people. Nonetheless, it's a new year. It's a brand new year, and I figured what better way to start off than talk about one of the most anticipated games of the year. Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't count because it's coming out in less than a month now. Oh God, I can't believe that. Anyway, but yeah, I figured this would be a quick little fun, easy one. I'm just kind of hitting the record button. I don't know how long this one will be, so who knows? Maybe it'll be a short one. Maybe it won't be. I don't know. Whatever. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. My God, you all know I do love me some Smash Brothers. I was in that camp of assuming that this was just going to be a port of 4 with some extra things, and boy, howdy, I was wrong. I did not expect so soon for there to be a new full-on Smash Brothers installment. But they did not disappoint. I have been absolutely in love with and addicted to this game for the majority of December. And I wanted to wait until I had kind of time to go through most of the content available. Thus far, I have tried virtually everything in the game, with the exception of the spirit board, which I have not touched like at all. I barely even like looked at it. I don't even know what it really plays like. I have no idea. And I actually have not installed the online service yet, so I've not played online with anybody yet, so I can't commentate too much on that. I've heard that there's been some issues with it or whatever. I have no idea, and I don't know of anyone who has even tried Spirit Board or said anything about it whatsoever, because I guess the crowd that I roll with are probably people that are just like, I just want to play the multiplayer, which is fine. But yeah, other than those two missing components, I'm just going to real quick run through all the other features in the game, starting with something that was a very pleasantly exciting surprise. Even back when I was first seeing some footage of it in, I think, one of the last directs that they did where they were showcasing how Classic Mode was going to work. Classic Mode is excellent. Like, it was actually one of the most exciting things about the game to me was when we started. So Amy and I unlocked everybody in the game together. We played through all of World of Light together, which I'll get to that in a little while. But yeah, we played Classic Mode for every single character in the roster so far. And I sincerely hope that they will make campaigns for the DLC characters as they come out. If anything, that's actually like a reason that I'm excited for when Piranha Plant drops, because it's addicting. It's the best Classic Mode has ever been. It became a little tiresome, and well, I will say this: I liked the Smash 4 3DS Classic Mode, with the different like splitting paths and all that, and Master Core was just like a really refreshing, cool thing to that, and but otherwise, Classic Mode has just been kind of like, it's whatever. It's a quick way to earn trophies back when trophies were a thing, and to unlock characters. It's a very quick way to unlock a lot of the characters when playing through, because we did plenty of versus matches and everything. But yeah, I really wanted to go through, and even with the characters that I'm complete trash at playing, I still really enjoyed each of their modes, because there was just this little extra sprinkle of love put into the customization and like, the thought put into what each of their campaigns meant. I think one of the early ones I found really amusing was like Bowser with fighting all of the red characters and ending in fighting Metal Mario at the end. I saved the very last one for Mega Man because I was curious, because I remember hearing that his was, in Japanese anyway, was called The Mystery of Dr. Mario, which was a pun on the Mega Man 2 Japanese title. And with a final fight versus Dr. Mario, followed by Mewtwo coming in, and all of the fights leading up to it are kind of representatives of different robot masters and everything. That was really clever. Like I did just little thing, and then obviously that's just one example, but I loved that so much, and I'm very intrigued to say. I really do. I hope that they do DLC campaigns for the DLC characters, I should say. And the bosses in particular were a huge highlight. Unfortunately, I did have Ganon and Marks spoiled for me before the game came out. Actually, I even I did kind of a stupid thing. I kind of hyped myself up thinking that there were actually more bosses than there were. But even so, part of me actually kind of wishes that there were more. I loved all of them. They're all incredibly fun, very challenging. I would actually love to see a return of maybe even like the boss rush mode, like in Brawl with the subspace emissary boss characters and everything. I would adore something like that. Because getting to rematch them in World of Light and different other little things like that. Was cool, and they make. Although as much as I love Master Hand and Crazy Hand, was a little disappointed at how many characters you would just fight the hands at the end. Even though they could have gone with maybe Rathalos would have made sense for this one, or maybe you could have tossed Dracula. I think Dracula is only like the boss of maybe like 4 characters, so that was a little bit of a bummer. I even could have maybe seen like a couple other cases where you could have had just like a different character. Like one of the playable characters, like a souped up version of them or something. And I don't know. I hate to complain because I'm grateful for what we have. Like all the bosses that are in there are spectacular. Like the Marks one, it was so funny because obviously I grew up with Kirby Superstar, and Amy was like, "How do you know that he was going to do that attack?" And I'm like, "Because I have a score to settle with this bastard." It's because, and Mark is a great character. I know some people were sad that he was not playable. He makes for a really good boss though. Like I like him as he is in this, but if anything, I just would have loved to see more. I would have loved to see, like Giga Bowser worked out really well. In a similar sense, I think it would have been cool to see maybe like Mega Mewtwo X, since Y is the final Smash. Maybe like a souped up version, like a Giga Bowser-esque kind of deal with Mewtwo would have been interesting. With all the Fire Emblem characters, I could have seen like Garon or I guess Rathalos kind of, even though he's Monster Hunter, he would have fit for some of the Fire Emblem characters with dragons and everything. But but overall, love Classic Mode. Was a real highlight. I loved going through all of them, and I've even just been replaying it a little bit with some of the other characters, just to like try to get some high scores and getting some of the other spirits, just because it's fun to do that, and the tickets and all that. The mural is beautiful to look at. Other stuff in the games and more section, All Star is like it's interesting, because before I skip ahead to World of Light a little bit on, I didn't expect them to do too many like outlandish things with the fact that there are so many characters. Like just mentioning something quickly about the spirits mode for World of Light, I was not expecting like subspace emissary cutscenes of the characters being fully animated and interacting with each other, because that was what 35 I think characters were playable in Brawl, something like that, and then now we have like 75 to 80. So I was not expecting anything of that magnitude. And when it came to All-Star mode, I'm like, okay, this is probably going to be pretty simple. So the fact that it's literally just like, here's all the characters like just coming one after another in chronological order. It's challenging. We still haven't, neither of us, even because Amy's better than I am, she plays competitively. Neither of us have actually beaten All-Star mode from start to finish. And the multi-man stuff was all cool as well. I tried my hand at the Cruel Melee, or Cruel Smash and Century Smash, as they call it, the 100-man, all that. Cool little extra things. The training mode is very thorough. I do like I loved having the ability to summon any Pokemon or assist trophy that you want just to mess around with them. That was really nice. Moving on, I guess, to the vault. Not much to say other than the sound test is cool to listen to the voice clips and stuff, and all my friends that are in the cast. I mean, well, because I don't plan on doing a Did You Know voice acting for Smash Ultimate for probably a long time, until maybe all the DLC characters are out, because most of what I have to say is repeated information from the one I did on Smash 4. But I am very proud of all of my friends that got to be in the game. particularly, for the most part, the Fire Emblem characters, of course. But that's just so cool to hear them all in there, and all the Pokemon people as well being tossed in there too. But otherwise, I guess just to mention on this section here, the soundtrack, is certainly ultimate. All the best stuff from all the previous games, all very nicely, properly labeled. Love all the new remixes. Some big highlights. That F-Zero medley by the Daytona guy. All of the Mega Man remixes, particularly with the robots for Mega Man 9, I think. And the Castlevania stuff is great. And all of the just the different arrangements of the Smash theme itself. The K. Rool stuff, Snaky Chanty, Gangplank Galleon, and Crocodile Cacophony was lovely. Would have loved one DK64 thing tossed in there, but I will take the fact that we got the Blastomatic thing in there at all. Like, that is a huge accomplishment to me, because DK64 is just so, like, kind of lost to the ages at this point. My favorite track I was about to say is Gleam. I love all of the different arrangements of the main Smash Ultimate theme of Lifelight, which same thing. I can't believe I know her. Shout out Abby Trott is amazingly talented. She's in Mob Psycho 100 with me and a bunch of other stuff. She's so cool. Holy crap! I can't believe that's her singing that song. That's amazing. All the different remixes from, like, the World of Lights, Overworld maps, which I'll get to that in a moment. The Gleam, the Darkon remix, and then the Gleam / Darkon remix as well. Oof. A lot of great ones in there. I guess, all right, I've teased it enough. World of Light. Okay. So like I said, I was not expecting the Subspace Emissary by any stretch of the imagination. I went in expecting there to not be that many cutscenes as well, like just in general. Subspace Emissary is very special to me. It is the most outstanding thing that I love about Brawl. Looking back, Brawl is Brawl is laced with an interesting time in my life when I was known for Brawl taunts. And also, just, I think, comparatively to most of the other games, it doesn't hold up as well mechanically. I'm not, in that camp of, like, oh, the tripping and whatever. I don't care about that stuff, but admittedly, and I'll get to this a little bit afterward, but I think that this game overall massively beats any other one out of the park. But Subspace Emissary was very special to me, and I knew that it would never be topped necessarily. But I was open to World of Light being something on its own, which I think it was. To start with, talking about the Overworld, I love the Overworld. The map of the last remaining world that wasn't overtaken by Galeem's influence is really beautiful, as well as, I've gotten into spoilers by this point, so if you don't know, then turn back now while you still can. The Dark World and then the final battle, like light versus darkness thing, was also very, very gorgeous to look at. Seemed like they were kind of incorporating little bits and pieces of all these different areas, some of which were from the representing stages of each of these different game series, all kind of mashed together. And Amy and I actually played the whole thing together. Obviously, there's no co-op mode, which is a bummer. I was kind of hoping that there would be, but we just, like, traded off every few matches and stuff. I described this, I think, in the last Kirblog that I did about the final direct that happened a few months ago before the game came out. The use of the spirit characters that you fight against reminded me of, I think I described it, of, like, when Mike Lucas and I were teenagers, and we played Melee, and, like, we imagined what the other characters would be in the future, and, like, we'd take Blue Kirby and have him wear the Samus mask, and would give him a beam sword and be like, it's Meta Knight, ha ha ha, we can pretend if we squint real hard. It's a lot of that. In fact, the whole game is that, and I appreciate what it's trying to do. It certainly requires some imagination. It's a sense of, like, well, guys, you can't possibly expect us to make every single one of these characters playable, but here's, like, a fun way of getting them included in on the fun anyway, like, and here's all these fun, and even though, like, on paper you describe that and that's like, oh, that's kind of lame, I guess, But, admittedly, as I was going through the whole map and I would run into characters that I recognized and, some that I was a big fan of or whatever. And, I still was smiling. I said, "Oh, I get it. It's like this or whatever. Like, oh, I get it. It's a green, Mario, and he's like this character or whatever, and he uses this move a lot. I get it. It's like that thing from that game. It's a lot of that, but it was entertaining and it was fun. There were certainly a few matches mixed in there that were a massive, massive pain in the ass. We had to kind of sift around looking for the right spirits to just help us even stand a chance against some of that. I remember I kind of clutched the Pauline one, which is the peach that runs away from you on the crappy 25-meter Donkey Kong level. That one was took us a while, but I managed to pull that one off. Dr. Wily was pretty hard. That one, is it? Crap, I can't remember the character's name, but the Metal Gear Solid woman that was like, it was like a spirit attached to a Zero Suit Samus in a swamp, and it's like nigh impossible. That one was really hard. The 19-volt one from WarioWare with Sheriff, and I think I spent an hour solid at least on the Geno spirit fight. And I remember I was getting super frustrated, and Amy was like, "Take a break," and I'm like, "I have to beat this one. I need to do this. This is the big one for me." And of course, ironically, but of course, what else would they have done having a white Kirby as the Mallow representative? I'll take it. But that was a cute one. It was kind of unfortunate that I guess not to too much surprise in the complete lack of any additional Square Enix stuff in the game other than the Geno and Mallow spirits being included at all. But no Mario RPG music. Of course, we had some Yoko Shimomura tunes from Mario and Luigi and otherwise in some of those games, which was nice. But yeah, and loved the inclusion of the bosses. Loved all the little sub areas like the castle and the citadel thing, and the Triforce area with all the puzzles and everything was really cute. That was a big highlight. Speaking of the having to make good use of whatever little minor Square stuff that they could use at all. Putting Cloud by the Master Sword, I think, was a clever usage of where to put him anywhere, since there couldn't be like an area for him or anything. Mike Lucas thinks he's got a theory that like there is going to be a Monster Hunter playable character because Rathalos has an entire like Monster Hunter zone in the game. I don't necessarily know if that's the case, but the Rathalos stuff was funny. Like finding different areas for where the bosses could be. The Castlevania castle scaling up at and everything was very cute. And then the big highlight was fighting the light and dark gods at the end. Very cool. I love boss fights like that. Taboo was really cool, and he was a great ending to Subspace Emissary. But Galeem and Darkon, and the Galeem and Darkon final battle blows them out of the water. Probably the biggest moment of absolute, pure, unadulterated joy for me, though, in all of World of Light. And again, if you have not played through we've gone past the point of no return on spoilers here, but seriously, this one moment, at the close to the very end, right before the final battle against both Galeem and Darkon, having the this little moment where Crazy Hand rips open a portal and Master Hand jumps in, and you have a battle where because let me just explain something to you guys, and Mike can attest to this. I spent like what felt like centuries in years of my childhood, what felt like centuries, as a Melee obsessed child, looking for these secrets on how to unlock Master Hand and Giga Bowser and the fighting wireframes, of which there was no real solution except for getting an action replay, which I don't promote doing. Not that that's even a thing anymore anyway. So I didn't even know how to get like that one glitch to work, the one that Pop Fiction covered with like the third controller slot or whatever. But nonetheless, I dreamed of getting to do something like that, and getting to control Master Hand and having all of his moves mapped to your different attacks and everything was that brought just pure joy to my entire self for those few minutes. And I even lost the first time. And I'm like, oh, I get to do it again. I get to do it again. Oh, I'm so excited because I have to beat the entire game all over again in order to do this again. So I'm just going to live it up and enjoy it. I did keep one file on hand so that I could refight Galeem and Darkon and both of them at once if I want to at any point after doing the New Game Plus stuff. I finished all of the adventure challenges. So I don't have much reason to go back and replay through the whole game again. Maybe I'll stream it at some point. Who knows? Whatever. But yeah, World of Light, pretty solid. I went in not expecting Subspace Emissary, and Subspace Emissary probably will never be topped for me unless they do something to that level again, which I very sincerely doubt. But World of Light was a good time. And we enjoyed going through it. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot this. There's one last thing. So I will admit, when we beat the game, we were kind of disappointed. The ending sequence, all the very small handful of cutscenes were very beautiful to look at, but we didn't really get what the point was supposed to be for the true ending, and we went back and we did the other two when you beat them individually and all that. But yeah, I didn't really get anything out of it necessarily. And then later that same night, we were just kind of relaxing, and I pulled up Matt Pat's game theory video about what the ending of World of Light meant. I would never say this about probably any other YouTuber other than Matt, because of just everything he works on that channel is for the most part is excellent and well researched and has a lot of really intelligent thought put into it. It's different than whatever. My point is, I'm saying, and I wouldn't under any other circumstance, Matt's video about the meaning of the ending of World of Light is actually, in my mind, a really good companion piece. And I know that this sounds really strange to say just about a YouTube video in general in accordance with this, huge deal of a video game. But I'll maybe link to it at the end just in case if you haven't seen it, but you probably have already. But it made me feel better about the ending, and it made me get something out of the ending that I didn't before. But yeah, so I guess moving on to just the sort of overall stuff. Like I said, I think that this one blows all other Smash games previously out of the water in terms of just purely the gameplay side of things. I think that, and I know that there's been glitches and little changes and things that they've, had to patch out or whatever, but this one feels the best. I think it's that perfect kind of balance between everything that we've had previously. It's all of the hits feel so satisfying. All the controls feel very crisp and everything. And I just playing regular matches again. My Amy plays competitively, and she just kicks my ass constantly. It's like playing against Mike Lucas all over again as a kid. And they have young Link for him to destroy me with him too. So, but no, it's just continually enjoyable. It's fully reinvigorated my love for Smash again. As far as some of the other, I guess, additional modes go, the tourney mode is nice and straightforward and fun to use. Funnily enough, I didn't think to use the tournament mode for. I had a little get together for New Year's Eve a little while ago. And I didn't think to use it because we were just doing matches and everything. I like having actually the stage select before doing an actual match. That is one little minor adjustment that I think actually is cool. I think it was a better route to go personally. The squad strike is okay. It's kind of fun for a little quick thing. We've only played around with it a little bit, but. Probably one of my other major favorite new modes, and particularly for the way that we play it, is Smashdown. I was intrigued with Smashdown when I first heard about it in one of the directs, because when I play Smash, usually I'll kind of cycle through. The way that I tend to play is I'll pick a character, and I'll keep playing with them until I am KO'd with that character, and then I'll move on to the next one and the next one. I'll try to go through all of the ones that I'm good with. Amy and I have been doing this thing where we do, in case you guys out there want to play it the same way, because you can set your own. This will be Curb and Amy's rules. Is 2 stock matches, 35 matches with the mercy rule off, usually 4 minutes, final smash meter on, only Battlefield and Omega versions of the stages, no items for Smashdown, and then you pick a random character every match. That has been a super fun way to play the versus mode for me, because it's like a pure battle of wits. Like, you know, because we both have characters that we're really, really good with. I've actually been finding recently I've gotten pretty good with Falco, Roy, and Link. None of which were characters that I tried to main previously, because I've always loved. I've been playing Bowser since Melee. I've tried to pick up Mega Man, but I'm not quite as good as him as I wish I was. I'm pretty okay with Corrin. Like most people, I'm good with Cloud, because Cloud is just good no matter what the hell you do with him. But yeah, with Falco, Roy, Link, and I guess a little bit of Richter, I think I've gotten pretty okay with, learning different strategies with them. But also just like with Smashdown, when you virtually have to play with everybody, and it's a surprise where you know, if we play with random, that's been fun, because it's been forcing me to think on my toes and change up my strategies and use certain advantages that I might have over Amy, the rare ones that I have at different points. But yeah, like I said, this is fully reinvigorated my love for Smash Brothers and just all things Nintendo. It's a perfect new multiplayer game experience that I will continue to hold on to forever. It did not reinvigorate my love far enough for me to go back and make a new cartoon about it. Sorry. But yeah, like I said, I hope I'll to put a positive spin on that, I hope you guys enjoyed the Smash collab on Newgrounds. Shout out to Ivan Almighty and all the folks that worked on that, that I stayed up on Christmas to submit the finished Brawl Taunts 5 video in tandem with that. I didn't want it to kind of overshadow it. I wanted it to be, you know, kind of as a companion piece to it and everything, and it was cool to be part of that. And shout out to all them for working so hard on that and everything, and that dynamic menu system and everything. So anyway, and yeah, and I mean, you know, all credit, tons and tons and tons of credit to Masahiro Sakurai and the entire team at Sora Limited, who worked so incredibly hard on this game. It is truly a masterpiece, and it is one that I will go down as one of my favorite things of all time. So I'm going to continue to play this throughout the year. I would like to do some streaming with it as I kind of get more into that in the future. I still have to figure out some things with it. I might need to call upon Alejandro Saab to come help me with that. But yeah, so that's my review of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I hope you enjoyed. I figured this would be a good first one to do for the year of 2019, this year. So I guess in the comments below, let me know your thoughts, your favorite modes, your favorite classic mode campaigns, your favorite moments and spirit fights you had in World of Light, your favorite new characters that you're playing as, your mains, your any funny photos you've taken, I don't know, anything you feel like. Let me know. And if you have future suggestions for other Kirblog topics, leave a comment about that too, or hit me up on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, Overworld, my favorite social media website that totally exists, and perhaps you may inspire the next new Kirblog topic of this year, 2019. Thank you, everybody. I bid you all adieu.